Today I'm going to talk about 7 secret weapons if you want to have a successful personal injury case. Number 1, document everything. This simply means take pictures of the vehicles involved, the people involved, the location of the crash, any witnesses to the crash that stopped. If it's a car wreck, document everything. Take pictures, video, record, do all of these things if possible. There's way too much focus spent on arguing about who's at fault. I had the right of way, you didn't, you were speeding. None of that is really gonna resolve your case on the side of the road. The best thing you can do is simply make sure you keep good records and make a good record of everything. So rather than wasting time and energy hoping the insurance company is going to be fair to you or hoping the other person is going to admit to their fault, you should focus your energy on capturing detailed photos of the accident scene, photos and videos. Collect all your medical records that will support the injuries you claim in the crash. And you can also keep a journal. Keeping a journal of how the injury impacts your day-to-day life is a big deal. It can be monumental in the outcome of your case. It can sway a jury if the case were to go to trial. It could sway an insurance adjuster if your lawyer is negotiating a settlement. It can sway a mediator at a mediation if there's a mediation scheduled and set to try to resolve your case. One harsh fact is that many legitimate personal injury cases where people have significant injuries have been damaged or lost because they simply didn't do a good job of making a record of what had occurred. So please remember, number 1, document everything. Number 2, consistency. So consistency goes a long way. It goes a long way in life, and it goes a long way if you're injured through the fault of somebody else. When it comes to consistency, don't waste your time or energy answering random questions about the incident or letting others tell the story for you. And please don't assume the truth will speak for itself. The things you need to focus on when it comes to being consistent is creating a detailed timeline of events, ensuring your medical history matches claims you're making, staying consistent with what you tell your doctors and what you tell your lawyers. One sure way to ruin or lose your personal injury case is if your story constantly changes. Even slightly, it can give the defense a reason to doubt you. So stay consistent from day 1, and that will greatly improve your chances of success in your case. Number 3, immediate medical attention. So look, I get it. I've been in a car accident myself. Your adrenaline is running high. Sometimes whatever injuries you have don't even manifest themselves right away at the scene. It could be hours, days, even weeks later. However, when I say seek immediate medical attention, that means the moment you realize something is not right, you should seek medical attention. People ruin their cases all the time by waiting to see if the pain goes away, hoping the pain will go away. Or they're concerned about the medical bills. Who's going to pay for my medical bills? I don't have money to pay for this. However, if you are injured through somebody else's fault, they may not pay your medical bills for you up front, but eventually the law will hold them accountable and they will be responsible for your medical bills. Getting medical treatment is important for a lot of reasons. The most obvious reason is it treats your injuries. The second reason that may not be as obvious is that it creates a clear link between the injury and the accident. Lastly, following up on recommended medical treatment also enhances the significance of your case. So please seek immediate medical attention as soon as you know something is bothering you. Number 4, choosing the right lawyer. First of all, if you're injured, you want a lawyer who does personal injury work. You don't want somebody who does contracts only or family law only or successions only or oil and gas only, who are now seeing a potential personal injury client with a significant case value. Choose someone who devotes a significant amount of their time to personal injury law. That is how you improve your chances of success. Don't just take the first guy who will take your case. Do your research. Do a Google search, read the reviews, send messages to the people who left reviews. All of these things will help you determine if this lawyer who you are considering may be a good fit for you. Secret weapon number 5 that'll increase your chances of winning your personal injury case is witness testimony. Now, the witness testimony comes up at several different parts of the life cycle of a personal injury case. At the scene of the incident, there are witnesses. These are the people who were involved in the incident, as well as people who simply observed it. The next place witness testimony can be critical and crucial to a personal injury case is at a mediation or deposition. In a typical deposition, the lawyer for the plaintiff and the lawyer for the defendant gets to ask the witness questions about the incident, the relationship to the parties, and any other kind of credibility issues that may be relevant to the case. In a mediation, these same witnesses who gave testimony at a deposition can now have that testimony played back in the mediation by the plaintiff lawyer or the defense lawyer if it supports the position they're taking. For those of you who aren't familiar, a mediation is simply a meeting between both sides to see if they can come to an agreement on an amount to settle the case for that everybody can live with. And third, obviously, witness testimony is important at a trial. So if you're involved in an incident where you're injured by someone else, you need to start thinking about witnesses right away. Who was at the scene when this incident happened? Who knows me in my personal life and can testify about how my injuries have affected me since the day of this incident? These are the witnesses you need. It can be family members, friends, co-workers, church members. When it comes to discussing issues about how the injuries have affected you in your day-to-day life, witnesses are people who know you in your day-to-day life. So those are the people you're going to need to start thinking about right away. Sure, you'll think about the other person who hit you at the scene of the incident, or the company who owned the building, or somebody who saw it happen. Those are the easy ones. The hard ones are when you need to find really good people in your personal life who can testify about how this has impacted you. Now, number 6, preserving evidence. Now, this is easy. All the evidence we talked about in step number 1, we talked about documenting everything. You need to preserve that. It doesn't do you any good to take pictures or videos and destroy the phone, delete the data. Don't do those things. Capture it, save it, turn it over to your lawyer. Capture it, save it, turn it over to your lawyer. Preserve all the evidence in your case. It's up to your lawyer to decide what he's going to use or if it's useful, but you have a duty to preserve it. Please do that. Otherwise, you risk hurting your case. Pain journal. Keeping a journal can greatly enhance the value of your case. A typical personal injury case takes between 1 and 3 years to resolve, and they can take longer than that. It's impossible for any of us to remember every issue we had every day of our life. And that's true even if you have serious injuries. So keeping a pain journal will help you catalog, this day my back was hurting. This day I only had a headache. So you can capture what bothers you on each day, the effect it has on your life and your ability to do the things you enjoy doing, and the intensity with which you experience the pain. Every day is not going to be the same, and there's no way for us to catalog that, present it to a jury, create a timeline of the sequence of your condition if we don't have a journal. So please, if you're able to, keep a journal. We can call it a pain journal. We can call it an injury journal. We can call it, this is my daily journal, and now I'm capturing what happened to me in this accident in my daily journal starting today. These 7 tips that we just covered will significantly improve your chances of success in a personal injury case. So let's go through them one more time. Number 1, document everything. Number 2, consistency. Number 3, seek immediate medical attention. Number 4, choose the right lawyer. Number 5, witness testimony. Number 6, preserving evidence. Number 7, pain journal. Found this information useful? Please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you know someone who has recently been injured, please send them the link to this video.